Something can be opposite and not opposed. That's what this is saying. There is nothing moral here, nothing. There is no heaven and hell, there is no right and wrong, there is no good and bad. There's not even gender, unless and until you identify and define the context. We're going to talk about that in a sec. So I want you to look at this as two sides of a coin. I want you to look at this as night and day. Please avoid looking at this like right and wrong. As it relates to this, okay, this is like a calico cat. This is a tortoiseshell cat. There are 5 elements: fire, earth, metal, water, and wood. Everywhere you see Chinese medicine, these elements are going to be shown to you pretty much the same. Red is fire, yellow is earth, metal is white, often shown as gray or silver. Water is blue or black, and wood is green. Anytime you see these in a circle, they're almost always going to be shown in this order, because this is a map in Chinese medicine. We'll get into that later. But I just want you to know that these are also maps. The consistency is because they're showing you more. There's much more going on. It's amazing. And you can go as deep or as shallow as you want. Let's talk about yin and yang. Very most important thing is that these are tendencies, not destinies. We'll get into that in the next video. Something else in neuroaffective somatics is Shen. So it's personification. This is about lineage. Taoism started in response to the political climate. You know that thing where you get like a list of like the feminine is this and the masculine is that? That's not how it goes. Now look, they're tendencies, not destinies. They tend towards things. We're going to remember that because of something like this clock. Remember, that shows how nothing is ever one or the other. There's constant movement. We're going to remember that, hello, the whole universe exists. So clearly, this is not annihilation. Clearly, this is a system that is telling us something. It's telling us about growth. So these tendencies require context. Without a purpose, a place, a factor, a qualifier, without something else, it means nothing. Neuroaffective somatics is a way to apply all of the big concepts that we're asking ourselves to put into practice constantly. When you go to the acupuncturist, Shen do the labor of acupuncture. So this is Hun. This is the spirit of the liver. Hun is one of the primary concepts that Carl Jung took from this system. We're also going to see biology and the body shown in more pastoral and metaphoric ways. Anybody who is actually intervening in body minds will absolutely need to know details about all of the science. Those of us general humans need to understand the principles and how to apply them. And we don't need polyvagal theory to do that. We need a way to apply it. Just right tension between us is our experience of each other. And that has to do with affect, which is why Shen. If we need a way to get from either or to everything in the universe, we need a consistent way. And Taoism is a system of 3. It has a rule of 3. The third thing here is Shen. The reason Shen is central to neuroaffective somatics is because it has a dual definition in Chinese medicine. It is the spirit of the law, right? The mind of a thing. Shen is also what animates yin. So the Shen animates femme. Shen are femme. Shen as an animating factor can influence how we contemplate tensegrity within this framework of neuroaffective somatics. Tensegrity being just right tension. So if this is the tension, the just right tension of our external environment, and this is the just right tension of our internal environment, our fascia, our connective tissue, there's a whole mapping of the brain that speaks to how we are in just like restful self-referential contemplation. And this is a Taoist state that we can begin to cultivate, and it helps us who are neurodivergent very much, I believe. Remembering all of this is metaphor as a way to be actively addressing and engaging in our own healing processes to the degree that we're able to. Speaking solely for myself, dissociation is disorientation. I become out of sync with self, with soma, with time, with whatever. And that can happen in a very small way, like ignoring the neuropathy that I live with every day. And it can happen in a very big way, like being so fractured of mind, I couldn't do 2 + 2 = 4 or walk. So Shen from Chinese medicine as a way of contemplating the constitution, like what is your resting state? Okay. Parallel in neuroscience is the default mode network, which teaches us about emotional regulation without having to talk about regulation unless you really want to. So here's a Shen from Chinese medicine, Po. Po is one of the entities that Carl Jung stole from this system. In the somatic reality, Po is associated with the lungs. There is a sound that you can make, and you can see there's an emotion association as well. So Shen are affects. They're inherently affective. Love this for neuroaffective somatic. Also, you can associate this personification with an organ, your lungs. I'm just putting it as a general area. And remember that all of the elements are shown everywhere in Chinese medicine, pretty much the same. Shen exists to benefit, even though from an emotional perspective, from an affective perspective, Shen are associated with challenging feelings. And then I have also added Shen for some of the major concepts. Before I get going with my day, these are the 5 Shen of Chinese medicine. This is lungs, is Po. Kidneys is Ji. Liver is Han. Heart has its own Shen named Shen. Spleen is Yi. I put on my cognitive and data science hat. Shen as a metaphor in this system is amazing, amazing, because we can take a literal definition of a thing, a Tion, and make it metaphor or art or emotional or something. Make it personal.